Good day, sir. And to our research panelists, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Christine Erica Ayla Rente, and together with my group mate, Miss Erica Permanes, Miss Gia Sarah Dauphin, Miss Angelica Las Doce, and Mr. Armando Lumantao. We will be presenting our studies titled Masi Pineapple Jam. So let's begin with the introduction or the background of the study. Background of the study. Masi are glutinous rice ball with the peanut and muscovado filling from Cebu, Philippines. It made from sweetened galapong shape into little balls with a filling of chopped roasted peanut and muscovado or brown sugar. It is boiled in the water until it's float. It can also be steamed. Some Filipino, as observed, love masi. Masi making is really brilliant formula and it's least forgiving of all recipe. It is a popular sweet tasting food. On the other hand, pineapple is one of the most beneficial fruits that can sustain us in different ways. This study seeks to prepare and evaluate the acceptability of pineapple jam as substitution of the peanut filling in massive production. The next is statement of the problem. The researcher aimed to determine the sensory characteristic of pineapple jam masi formulated by falsified a substitution of peanut filling by pineapple jam. So first is to determine the sensory characteristic of pineapple jam masi in terms of their aroma, texture, taste, appearance, color, and also the purchase intention. Second is a researcher found out if the pineapple jam filling is acceptable to the taste of people. Third, is there a significant relationship with the sensory characteristics of the different formulation as perceived by panelists? So let's go to the conceptual framework. The framework shows in the input is the masi pineapple filling. Next is the process in the making pineapple masi instead of peanut. And last one is the output, which is the pineapple jam filling, is the masi itself evaluated according to its aroma, texture, taste, appearance, and overall acceptability. This one is the significance of the study. First is formulating the new recipe of the pineapple jam filling instead of peanut. The product is affordable to the customer of its economical price and comparable with other existing food product in the market. So the next one is the benefited. So we have the community, customer, the small scale entrepreneur, and also the last one is we have the scope and limitation. Since our country is abundant of pineapple, this would result in the increase of production and sales of pineapple and will be encourage them to practice healthy foods like pineapple jam masi. The next, the customer, pineapple and dieters will enjoy the new recipe. The small-scale entrepreneur, this will encourage them to propagate small-scale business. The last is the scope and the limitation. So this study is limited use of pineapple jam as added of the rice flour and its acceptability in terms of aroma, texture, appearance, also the taste, and overall acceptability. And determine the acceptability of pineapple jam masi as the new filling by the researcher and responded in Barangay Bantigi or Moc City. So this study was conducted during the pandemic year 2022.
Chapter 3 Methodology Procurement of raw materials, ingredients such as glutinous rice or rice flour, sugar, water, pineapple fruit were purchased at local market in Ormoc City, Leyte. Table 1 Ingredients and formulation used in making Masi pineapple jam. Table 2 Equipment and utensils on Masi pineapple jam. Research instrument. Gathering data procedure. The research used the score sheet to obtain and attain the necessary data is analyzing and determining the problem of the study. The respondent was given a Masi pineapple jam product to taste together with the score sheet that consists of less questions that need to be answered. The data was then collected, processed, and held in tables for the purpose of analyzing and presentation. Method of scoring and analyzing, descriptive test and acceptability test. Table 4 Interpretation of 5-point hedonic scale. Table 5 Interpretation of descriptive survey. Table 6 Illustration of 5-point scale of purchase intention. Statistical threat analysis. The data were statistically analyzed using the one-way variance analysis ANOVA to establish significant differences between mean values at the significant level. Data were analyzed using version 23 of the Statistical Package for Social Science (SPSS).
Chapter 4 Results, Analysis, and Interpretation of Data. This chapter presents the result obtained from the data and subsequent analysis. The narrated deliberation of the analysis and interpretation of the data was counted by tables. The design of the data was invented according to the sequence of the precise investigation in the first chapter. Sensor evaluation. Descriptive test. The test requires the analytical expertise of the selected respondents to describe the aroma, appearance, color, texture, taste, and purchase intention. The descriptive test results are assessed by the respondents use the 5-point scale. The results were presented in the succeeding table. Table 7, aroma attribute. Table 8, appearance attribute. Table 9, color attribute. Table 10, texture attribute. Table 11, taste attribute. Table 12, purchase intention attribute. Description of the different treatment of Masi pineapple jam. Table 13, summary table of the descriptive test of the sensory attribute of the 4 recipes. It can be shown in the table 13 that T0 aroma attribute was 4.11 and has a description of the very pleasant. T1 has an attribute of 3.95 with a description of very pleasant. T2 has 4.38 with a description of very pleasant, and T3 has 4.08 with description of very pleasant. On the other hand, T0 appearance has a 3.42 with a description of moderately presentable. T1 has a 3.46 with a description of both moderately presentable. T2 has 4.08 with a description of very much presentable, and T3 has 3.4 with a description of moderately presentable. And T0 color has a 3.92 with a description of yellow. T1 has a 3.58 with a description of yellow. T2 has 3.83 with a description of yellow, and T3 has 3.24 with a description of yellow, while T0 texture has 3.74 with a description of very much fluffy. T1 has 3.82 with a description of very much fluffy. T2 has 3.77 with a description of very much fluffy, and T3 has a 3.4 with a description of moderately fluffy. While T0 taste has 3.5 with description of moderately sweet, T1 has 3.7 with description of moderately sweet, T2 has 4.35 with description of sweet, and T3 has 4.38 with description of sweet, while purchase intention has 4.15 with a description of probably would accept the product. T1 has 4.17 with description of probably would accept the product. T2 has 4.83 with description of definitely would accept the product, and T3 has 4.49 with a description of probably would accept the product.
We are now in hedonic scale, the level of acceptability of Masi pineapple jam. Table 14, aroma attribute. Table 15, appearance attribute. Table 16, color attribute. Table 17, texture attribute. Table 18, taste attribute. Table 19, purchase intention attribute. Table 20, the summary table on the level of acceptability of Masi pineapple jam in terms of different attributes perceived by the panelists. It is shown that T0 or control aroma attribute has 5.55 with a description of light moderately. T1 has 5.63 with a description of light moderately. T2 has 6.80 with a description of light very much, and T3 has 5.62 with a description of light moderately. On the other hand, T0 or control appearance has a 5.78 with a description of light moderately. T1 has 5.80 with a description of light moderately. T2 has 6.02 with a description of light moderately, and T3 has 6.13 with a description of light moderately. Color attribute, the T0 or the control is 5.64 with a description of light moderately. The T1 has 5.83 with a description of light moderately. T2 has 6.08 with a description of light moderately, and T3 has 6 with a description of light moderately. The texture attribute, the 0 or the control has 5.53 with a description of light moderately. T1 has 5.66 with a description of light moderately. T2 has 6.11 with a description of light moderately, and T3 has 5.86 with a description of light moderately. Taste attribute, the T0 or the control has 6.5 with a description of light moderately. T1 has 6.14 with a description of light moderately. T2 has 6.55 with a description of light moderately, and T3 had 6.44 with a description of light very much. And the purchase intention, the T0 or the control has 5.55 with a description of light moderately. T1 has 5.71 with a description of light moderately. T2 has 5.91 with a description of light moderately, and T3 has 5.78 with a description of light moderately. 21. Treatment statistics. So as you can see, this is the data summary. 22. Summary of ANOVA. ANOVA test result that there is a significant differences in the different levels of Masi pineapple jam in terms of aroma, appearance, color, texture, taste, and purchase intention. This is indicated by their p-values of aroma was 0.697, appearance was 0.276, color was 0.065, texture was 0.011, taste was 0.023, and purchase intention was 0.011. Respectively, two case post hoc test was conducted to determine the significant difference. Results found out that for texture, the p-value is 0.011, the taste is 0.023, and the purchase intention is 0.011, has a significant difference to the original treatment. While aroma, the p-value is 0.697, the appearance is 0.276, and the color is 0.065, has no significant difference to the original recipe.
Chapter 5 Summary, Conclusion, and Recommendation. This chapter discusses the summary, conclusion, and recommendation. The conclusion are derived from the findings and outcomes of calculation are the recommendation. Summary. This research was aimed to determine the sensory characteristics and acceptability of Masi pineapple jam ingredients in the respondents. Specifically, this sought to 1. Determine the sensory characteristic of Masi pineapple jam in terms of 1. Aroma, 2. Appearance, 3. Color, 3. 4. Texture, 5. Taste, 6. Overall acceptability and purchase intention of terms of descriptive test and hedonic test. Number 2. Find out if the Masi pineapple jam is acceptable to the taste of people. 3. Is there significant differences of the sensory attributes of the different formulation of Masi pineapple jam as perceived by the selected respondents of Barangay Bantigi or Moc City? Null hypothesis. HO1, Masi and pineapple jam is not proportionate to the existing original recipe. HO2, there is significant differences on the sensory properties of Masi pineapple jam and the original recipe. Experimental and descriptive method of research was employed and was conducted, and the standard survey technique was given for the gathering and determining data. 6 counselor in Barangay Bantigi and 6 selected person with experience in kakaning food in Ormoc. The statistical tool used in determining the sensory characteristic of the product were average weight mean and one-way analysis of variance, ANOVA. Findings. Based on the results and data gathered, the following results are presented below. Number 1. The descriptive test of Masi pineapple jam is the following: very pleasant, very much presentable, yellow, very much fluffy, sweet, and definitely would accept the product. Therefore, the people would definitely accept the product. 2. The hedonic scale of Masi pineapple jam is the following: aroma is like very much, appearance, color, texture are all like moderately, taste is like very much, and purchase intention is like moderately. Conclusion. Based on the findings and sensory characteristic of Masi pineapple jam has potential to be accepted. The production of Masi pineapple jam is in great health locally because it can give extra income to the people. Recommendation. After interpreting the calculation of Masi pineapple jam, certain area of acceptability of every treatment has low mean score than others. These recommendations are of opinion will surely help to pursue a highly acceptable outcome of Masi pineapple jam. Index survey questionnaire. This shows score sheet for Masi pineapple jam. Documentation of the process in making Masi pineapple jam and the survey. We are the group researcher of Masi pineapple jam. Thank you, sir and ma'am, for listening.